It all began on a rainy Thursday evening, the kind where the city feels wrapped in a blanket of neon and possibility. Chloe, a rising influencer with a knack for viral trends, was brainstorming content with her flatmate, Jess. Their apartment buzzed with the low hum of city life outside and the glow of their phones inside. "Okay, here's the plan," Chloe whispered to her phone, grinning. "I'm going to jump out at Jess in the stairwell. She has no idea. This is going to be hilarious." The setup was simple, classic even. Chloe hid behind a potted plant, phone at the ready, heart pounding with anticipation. Jess, lost in her music, climbed the stairs, completely unaware. Chloe leapt out, Jess shrieked, and the two collapsed into giggles. The video was raw, imperfect, and instantly relatable. Just two friends, a harmless scare, and a shared moment of joy. Chloe uploaded the clip with a cheeky caption. Within hours, it exploded. Thousands of views, shares, and laughing emojis. Notifications poured in, and Chloe basked in the viral glow, replying to comments and watching the numbers soar. But as the sun set and the city lights flickered on, the mood in Chloe's apartment shifted. A few eagle-eyed viewers noticed something odd in the background, a dark, misshapen lump behind the plant. At first, it was easy to miss, but once seen, it was impossible to ignore. Comments flooded in. "What's that behind the plant? Is anyone else seeing this?" The laughter faded, replaced by a ripple of unease. Chloe scrolled through her notifications, her excitement turning to confusion, then worry. The stairwell, once just a backdrop, became the center of a growing online mystery. Friends messaged her, "Chloe, check your video. There's something weird in the background." The internet was hooked, dissecting every frame, theories swirling. Chloe and Jess sat together, replaying the video over and over, their laughter now replaced by a creeping sense of dread. The video's focus shifted from the prank to the shadowy figure lurking in the stairwell. Chloe's notifications turned from jokes to urgent questions. What was meant to be a light-hearted moment now felt sinister. The stairwell, once familiar, now seemed menacing. The internet was relentless, analyzing every pixel, every shadow. People gathered around laptops, scrubbing through the video frame by frame. Chloe had unwittingly captured something deeply unsettling. The joke was over. The investigation had begun. The comment section transformed overnight, rippling through the community like a shockwave. What started as jokes and praise became a hive of concern, confusion, and even fear. Users confirmed each other's suspicions, debating, analyzing, and insisting the shape wasn't just a trick of the light. "Chloe, please check the stairwell," one comment pleaded, racking up likes and echoing across the platform. The community's tone turned urgent. This wasn't funny anymore. Anxiety and speculation spread, with some users expressing genuine fear for Chloe's safety. The algorithm, meant to spread laughs, now amplified a warning, pushing the video to even more viewers, each adding their own theories and worries. Chloe, confused and increasingly unsettled, scrolled through the flood of messages, her heart pounding with each new notification. She'd watched her video countless times, never noticing the dark corner. Now every frame felt ominous. Now, guided by her followers, she looked again and saw it. The realization sent a chill through her. The comments had hijacked her narrative, turning entertainment into alarm. The collective anxiety was palpable. The internet was no longer a passive audience. It was a collective detective, piecing together clues and speculating on what might be lurking in the shadows. The prank faded into the background as the mystery took center stage, drawing in viewers from all walks of life. Chloe's lighthearted content had become a catalyst for real fear, not just for her, but for everyone watching. The online community waited, breath held, for answers, each refresh bringing new theories, new worries, and new hope for resolution. The stairwell was no longer just a set. It was a potential crime scene, and the sense of danger was real. The story had changed, and Chloe was at the center of it, her fate now intertwined with the collective anxiety and curiosity of millions. In the grainy, flickering footage, a sense of unease creeps in almost immediately. Behind a fake plant, a dark, crumpled shape lurks, its edges blurred as if the camera itself is reluctant to focus. At first glance, it could be anything: blankets, luggage, or just a trick of the shadows. But something about it feels wrong. As the video spread, viewers began to speculate. Some insisted it was just forgotten junk. Others whispered about something more sinister. Wrapped in a tarpaulin, the bundle's contours hinted at a shoulder, a bent leg, details that sent chills down spines. The placement was careless, almost desperate, as if someone tried to hide it in a panic, not expecting anyone to look too closely. The laughter echoing in the background now felt twisted, each giggle amplifying the dread. Faces that once smiled now flickered with unease. Viewers zoomed in, their hearts pounding, spotting what looked like a dark stain. Maybe blood. Some swore they saw rope or tape binding the shape. This wasn't storage or rubbish. It was out of place, a silent warning in an otherwise spotless stairwell. Theories spiraled. Was it a prank gone wrong, a staged scene, or something far more horrifying? The shadow in the stairwell was no longer just a shape. It was a question, a threat, a chilling presence that refused to be ignored. The internet mobilized, but this time the investigation went deeper than ever before. Forums and threads sprang up, with entire communities dedicated to dissecting Chloe's 15-second clip, frame by frame. Amateur sleuths and video experts alike enhanced the footage, adjusting brightness, contrast, and even running motion stabilization to isolate anomalies. Forensic analysts weighed in, explaining how digital noise and compression could create misleading shapes, while others insisted certain shadows were too deliberate to ignore. Step by step, each frame was scrutinized. Some viewers claimed to spot a shoe, others pointed to what looked like strands of hair, and a few noticed a subtle movement in the background. Technical breakdowns emerged, with experts explaining how light sources, camera angles, and even TikTok's own filters could alter perception, yet the theories only multiplied. Investigators scoured Chloe's older videos, building a timeline to pinpoint the first appearance of the mysterious object. The process became almost forensic. Each new clue mapped, each theory tested against the evidence. The building's location was crowdsourced, floor plans examined, and experts debated possible lines of sight and camera positions. Blind spots, access points, and CCTV coverage were mapped out, with security consultants weighing in on what could or couldn't be seen. What started as a creepy video had become a full-scale, expert-driven mystery, one that blurred the line between internet sleuthing and real-world investigation. With every new discovery, the sense of dread only deepened, fueled by both the crowd's obsession and the chilling expertise brought to bear. All this time, Chloe went about her life, oblivious. She never questioned the silence of her own footsteps, or the way the hallway lights flickered as she passed. The stairwell was just a route to the post or the bins. Background noise. She barely registered the echo of her own presence, her mind always elsewhere. Like most of us, she moved on autopilot, never really seeing the space. Sometimes she wondered if she could walk the route blindfolded. Her focus was on the prank, not the shadows. She told herself she was in control. After all, it was just for laughs. The human brain filters out the familiar, missing what's right in front of us. Chloe's thoughts drifted to her to-do list, her notifications, never to the possibility of danger. Chloe's ignorance was normal, not careless. She trusted her home, her routines, never suspecting that trust could be broken. The realization, when it hit, was chilling. She replayed every moment in her mind, searching for signs she'd missed. The horror wasn't in a video, it was outside her door. Suddenly, every creak and shadow felt sinister. Her home, once safe, was now tainted. She wondered how she could have missed the signs, how easily comfort had become vulnerability. The internet had shattered her sense of security. The world outside had invaded her sanctuary, and now, even her thoughts felt exposed. She could never walk through that stairwell the same way again. Every step was a reminder. Sometimes what we don't see is what haunts us most. The online alarm reached a tipping point. In group chats and comment sections, people's concern turned to panic. Viewers reported the video to police, linking Chloe's TikTok and their suspicions. "I saw the shadow move," one commenter wrote. "Someone needs to check that stairwell." At first, authorities were skeptical. Viral videos often mean false alarms. We get dozens of these a week, a detective muttered, scrolling through the reports. But the volume and detail of reports forced them to act. There's too much here to ignore, an officer finally said. Officers arrived, finding the stairwell exactly as shown. It's just like the video, whispered a resident from behind her door. Behind the plant, the tarpaulin-wrapped bundle. Oh my God, an officer breathed, stepping back. The truth was undeniable. A missing woman's body. It's her, a neighbor whispered, tears in her eyes. The building became a crime scene, police tape sealing off the stairwell. Residents gathered in stunned silence. Residents watched in shock as their home filled with flashing lights and forensic teams. I never thought something like this could happen here, one said. News spread instantly, both online and off. It's all over the internet, a teenager told her friend, holding up her phone. The internet's fears were confirmed. This was never just a prank, someone posted. The shadow was a person. The chilling truth behind the viral video. A prank video had uncovered a tragedy, one that no one could ignore. For residents, especially women, the discovery was devastating. One woman described how she now triple-checks her locks every night, unable to sleep without the lights on. Another, a mother of two, admitted she no longer lets her children play in the hallway. The building's sense of safety was shattered. The familiar spaces now felt hostile, every shadow a potential threat. Every hallway creak became a source of anxiety. Some residents confessed to sleeping with makeshift weapons nearby just in case. Neighbors, once strangers, now shared their fears. Community meetings became a lifeline, with residents exchanging stories and tips for staying safe. Trust was broken. Was the danger a stranger or someone inside? Rumors spread, and suspicion grew between neighbors who once nodded politely in passing. The building became a shared trauma, not just a home. The sense of community was replaced by a collective unease. For women, it was a brutal reminder. Vigilance can't end at the front door. Many invested in extra locks, alarms, and security cameras, desperate to reclaim a sense of control. The psychological scars would linger long after the police tape was gone. Some sought therapy, while others struggled in silence, haunted by what happened. Security, they learned, is more fragile than it seems. The community would never be the same, each resident carrying their own story of fear, resilience, and the long road to healing. This story reveals our everyday blind spots, those moments when we're so absorbed in routine, we overlook what matters most. We move through familiar spaces on autopilot, missing what's right in front of us. It's not just in apartment buildings. Think about how often you drive the same route and can't recall the journey, or how you might not notice a new neighbor in your own hallway. Chloe's inattentional blindness is something we all share. Psychologists call this selective attention. Our brains filter out what seems unimportant, so we can focus on what we think matters. Experts warn that routine can be comforting, but it also makes us blind. Shared spaces, stairwells, hallways, even office kitchens become invisible, and that's when we miss warning signs. We assume safety, rarely questioning the ordinary. One woman shared how she didn't notice her wallet was missing for hours, simply because her routine never changed. But that trust creates vulnerability. Security professionals say most break-ins happen because someone assumed it could never happen here. The lesson isn't paranoia, but awareness. A little mindfulness, like pausing to look around or greeting a neighbor, can make a big difference. Notice what's new, what's out of place. One resident recalled how spotting a forgotten bag in the hallway led to reuniting it with a neighbor and preventing a potential security risk. Chloe's video forces us to ask, what are we missing in our own lives? Experts say reviewing your surroundings even briefly can reveal things you'd otherwise overlook. Sometimes, danger hides in the most familiar places, but with a little more awareness, we can keep ourselves and each other safer. If there's hope in this story, it's in the power of collective vigilance, a force that has changed destinies and rewritten outcomes. One person can miss something, but thousands rarely do. Time and again, the internet's collective gaze has uncovered truths, found missing people, and sparked global movements. The internet's collective gaze turned a prank into a rescue mission, just as it has exposed injustices, solved mysteries, and given voice to the unheard. Social media became a crowdsourced neighborhood watch, a digital safety net that can catch what might otherwise slip through the cracks. Strangers pooled their instincts, built a case, and alerted authorities. In moments of crisis, this collective action has saved lives and brought justice. Without that digital community, the truth might have stayed hidden. But when we watch together, we shine a light into the darkest corners. Online, we can look out for each other, even when we don't know each other. Every share, comment, and alert can make a difference. The responsibility is real, but so is the potential for good. Our vigilance can protect, uplift, and empower. Trust your instincts, speak up, and remember, our connectedness can keep us safe. Be the eyes and ears for those who can't be seen or heard. Sometimes it takes a village, an online one, to bring the truth to light. Together, we can make the world safer, kinder, and more just.